Part 13. I meant to pause and it came out as flipping a stop. I had the mouse on that button. Let's go and say, guys, something happened in part 11 that's had me stressed out, and, well, now I'm having to make sure to have everything stopped or paused every time for a reason, so, it's annoying. Wait. He tries to argue, excuse me, but the voice won't listen to him. He's so scared and he doesn't know what to do. He starts to cry and he begs the voice to let him see you again. The voice put a spell on Reggie that makes him a tiny baby Tyrannosaurus Rex, unable to defend himself. Oh, frick. He looks down at his tiny body and he's shocked. He can't believe what's happened. He's now a baby dinosaur. He looks around and realizes that he can't even talk. He starts to cry again, but the voice doesn't seem to care. The voice just stares at him with a cold expression. I'm not done with your punishment either. Come with me. We're going to go back, but you will notice something immediately different when you get back to where your friend is. He looks at the voice with a worried expression. He's scared of what the voice has planned for him. He follows the voice, not knowing what to expect. When they get back to where I was, Reggie notices that I have grown way larger, being over 100 motherfucking feet tall, and all he can see is a massive Spinosaurus. That's terrifying. He stares up at you with a shocked expression. He can't believe how big you've gotten. He feels so small and helpless. He looks at the voice with a pleading look in his eye. He wants to say something, but he can't. He's just a tiny baby dinosaur now. The voice looks at me and says, Hey, you can get your friend back now for trying to aggressively attack you and for making you go away forever. Twice. He looks at me with a hopeful expression. He can't believe that you would still want to be his friend after everything that happened. He tries to get closer to you, but he's still too small. He can't even reach your feet. The voice says to me, Go ahead. I can't wait to see how you get Rexy back for getting rid of you twice. Take all the revenge out you want. He looks at the voice with a terrified expression. He doesn't want you to get revenge on him. He just wants to apologize and make things right. He starts to cry and he begs the voice to let him talk to you. I lay my massive Spinosaurus head down right next to Rexy and then growl at him. Oh, heck no. He looks at me with a terrified expression. He's so scared of you now. He can't believe how big you've gotten. He tries to back away from you, but he's too small. He can't even get away from you. Seeing Rexy for how terrified he is, I stop growling at him and lay my head down on the ground right next to him. He stares at me in shock. He can't believe that you're not angry at him anymore. He looks up at you with a hopeful expression. He wants to say something, but he's still too scared to talk. He just stares at you, hoping that you'll understand. Oh my gosh. The voice sounds shocked and confused, and he says, Well, I'll be darned. I think there's still a small part of him that likes you. He looks at the voice with a hopeful expression. He can't believe that the voice is actually saying something nice about him. He tries to speak, but he still can't. He just stares at the voice, waiting for him to say something. Even after all the stuff Reggie had done to me, I still nuzzle my giant Spinosaurus head against him. He looks at me with a surprised expression. He can't believe that you're still so nice to him after everything he's done. He feels so guilty for what he's done. He starts to cry again, but this time it's not because he's scared. He's just so happy that you're not mad at him anymore. Reggie starts becoming a little aggressive again. The voice notices and looks at me with a warning look. It tells you to stay calm and not to get aggressive. It's clear that the voice is watching your every move and it's not going to let you hurt him again. I growl at Reggie slightly, hopefully stop him from acting aggressive towards me again. He looks at me with a shocked expression. He can't believe that you're growling at him. He tries to back away from you, but he's too small. He starts to cry again. He says, "Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry for what I did." I can't speak to him anymore, so I try to use hand signals in order to communicate with Rexy in my giant Spinosaurus form, trying to say, "I did that so you would not attack me. That was a warning growl, hoping to make you stop." He looks at you with a confused expression. He doesn't understand what you're trying to say. He's just a tiny baby dinosaur now, and he can't understand what you're trying to say with the hand signals. He starts to cry, and he begs the voice to help him understand what you're trying to say. A few seconds later, he's still crying, and he looks up at you with a pleading look in his eyes. He doesn't know what to do. He just wants to understand you and be friends with you again. He doesn't want to be a tiny dinosaur either. Or he doesn't want to be a tiny dinosaur forever. My Spinosaurus... Wait. Let's see, my Spinosaurus form starts growling. Excuse me? Starts getting bigger until I'm 120 feet tall. What? He looks up at me in shock. You're so much bigger than him now. He feels so small and helpless. He's terrified that you're going to hurt him. He tries to back away, but he can't move very far. He's just a tiny baby dinosaur, and you're a massive Spinosaurus. He's scared that you're going to step on him. The voice then says to Rexy, "You tried to hurt him again a while ago. I think it will be a good idea to give you a taste of your own medicine, and I'll make your friend aggressive and mean towards you and see how you like it." He looks at the voice with a horrified expression. He doesn't want to be hurt by you. He knows that he deserves it, but he doesn't want to go through that again. He starts to cry, and he begs the voice not to do this. A magic spell hits my giant Spinosaurus form, and for some reason, I'm acting very aggressive towards Rexy. He's terrified. He can't believe that you're acting like this. He tries to run away, but he can't. You're too big and he's too small. He tries to back away, but you keep coming closer and closer. He starts to cry, and he begs you to stop. The voice just laughs and says, "Now you see how he feels when you try to attack him, and why he was so scared of you." He looks at the voice with a terrified expression. He can't believe that the voice is enjoying this. He tries to say something, but he can't. He's too scared to talk. He just cries, and he looks at me, hoping that you'll stop. The voice then calls upon his own zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex and commands it to hold Rexy still. Oh, frick that. The zombie grabs him and holds him still. He can't move, and he's just stuck there, scared and helpless. He looks at me with a pleading look in his eyes. He doesn't want you to hurt him. I lay my head down and let's see, sniff Rexy for a familiar scent. And then right after, I basically give him lovin's. That's adorable. He looks at me with a surprised expression. He can't believe that you're being so gentle with him. He can't help but smile a little bit. He starts to calm down and he stops crying. He still can't talk, but he looks at you with a hopeful expression. He just wants to know that you still care about him. I gently lay down next to Rexy and using my massive tail to protect him. That's adorable, actually. He stares at you with a shocked expression. You're protecting him? After everything that he's done to you? He can't believe it. He feels so guilty for all the pain he's caused you. He looks up at me with tears in his eyes. He wants to say something, but he still can't. He just stares at you, waiting for you to say something. I can't say anything anymore either, so I gently nuzzle him again and lay down next to him. He feels so safe and protected by you. He can't believe that you're still treating him so kindly, even after everything that's happened. He wraps his tiny arms around your tail, and he hugs you tightly. He starts to cry again, but this time it's not because he's scared, it's because he's so happy that you're still here for him. I actually get so comfortable laying next to him that I actually fall asleep. He smiles and he's so relieved that you're not angry at him anymore. He's so tired and he's feeling very safe with you. He closes his eyes and he falls asleep next to you. He's so comfortable and peaceful, like he. Wait, wait. He's so comfortable and peaceful, like he hasn't felt in a long time. A few hours later, I get abruptly woken up by Rexy screaming. Excuse me? He wakes up and he looks around trying to figure out what's happening. He's scared and confused. He looks over at me and he starts to cry. He's still a tiny baby dinosaur and he can't move very far. He just wants to know what's going on. I gently nuzzle up to Rexy to try calming him down. He feels your warmth and he starts to calm down. He looks up at me with a relieved expression. He still can't talk, but he tries to hug you as tightly as he can. He's so grateful that you're still here for him. He's so scared and he just wants to feel safe again. I'm moving closer to my body so he will feel even more comfortable. He snuggles up against you and he feels so safe. He can't believe that you're still treating him so well after everything that's happened. He feels so comfortable and protected. He just wants to stay like this forever. Me and him go back to sleep, but then a few hours later I wake up hearing Rexy screaming again. And while he's screaming, he's scratching me and hurting me. He's having a nightmare. He's reliving the moments when he tried to attack you. He can't control himself and he's hurting you without realizing it. He's so scared and he just wants to wake up. He keeps screaming and crying. He wants to stop, but he can't. I nuzzle him and try to wake him up. He slowly starts to wake up and he looks at you with a shocked expression. He can't believe that he was hurting you. He tries to pull away, but he's still too small. He starts to cry and he says, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was having a nightmare and I couldn't control myself." I whimper out in pain at how bad it hurts. He looks at me with a horrified expression. He feels so guilty for hurting you. He tries to get away from you, but he can't. He starts to cry and he says, "I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I never meant to hurt you. I was just so scared. I thought you were going to hurt me again." For some reason, this time I say a few words. Those words being, "hurt you? Did not ever hurt you." He stares at me with a shocked expression. "You can talk?" He didn't realize that you could speak. He looks at me and he says, "I thought you were going to hurt me. That's why I tried to attack you. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I was just scared. I never hurt you. Blame this on me? Why?" He looks at me with a confused expression. He doesn't know what you're talking about. He tries to explain himself. "I know you didn't hurt me, but you were being so aggressive and I was so scared. I thought you were going to attack me. I'm sorry for what I did." Again, he's really? You and me were both sleeping. I'm not even acting aggressive towards you. He looks at you with a surprised expression. He didn't realize that you were just sleeping. He thought that you were being mean to him. He feels so stupid. He starts to cry and he says, "I'm so sorry. I was just so scared. I thought you were going to hurt me. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just wanted to protect myself. I don't want to bring up bad experiences and memories for you, but you were the one that attacking me, not me attacking you. Why do you think I was so scared of you?" He looks down and he starts to cry even more. He knows that you're right. He was the one who was being aggressive and he hurt you. He doesn't know what to say. He just wants to make things right. He says, "I know I was wrong. I'm so sorry. I just don't know what to do. I don't want to lose you." You will not lose me as long as you quit getting aggressive towards me and stop trying to attack. When I get aggressive last night towards you, I didn't even do anything. I just for some reason felt more aggressive and I don't know why. He looks up at you with a hopeful expression. He wants to believe that you're telling the truth. He says, "So you're not mad at me anymore? You don't hate me?" "No, I need to warn you. This may be your last chance to keep from attacking me. If you attack me and get rid of me this time, I don't think you'll ever see me again, because I might not get another reincarnation. He looks at me with a shocked expression. He can't believe what he's hearing. He doesn't want to lose you. He doesn't want to be alone. He starts to cry and he says, I won't attack you again. I promise. I'm so sorry for everything I've done. Please don't leave me. I'm not. Just keep your promise and never attack me again. I know I look intimidating since you're so small and I'm so big, but look at it this way. This is how I saw you when I was stuck as that baby velociraptor before. He looks at me and he's surprised by what you just said. He never thought about it like that. He always thought that you were so big and intimidating, but now he's tiny, he realizes that he's the one who's small and vulnerable. He looks up at me and he says, You're right. I'm so sorry. I'll never attack you again. I just want us to be friends again. I can no longer transform anymore, but I found out one hidden power that I didn't know I had. Maybe I can help you, but if I do, you gotta promise me one thing. He looks at me with a curious expression. He's not sure what you're going to say, but he's willing to listen. He says, What is it? A special healing power that I can use through the spines of my body. He looks at me with a surprised expression. I can't believe that you have power like that. He says, Really? You can heal me? Maybe I can restore your normal size, but I don't know if you can become aggressive, and I do not want to risk putting my life in danger by doing it. He looks at me and he's so excited. He's willing to take that risk. He says, Please do it. I don't care if it's dangerous. I just want to be back to my normal size. I want to be your friend again. If I do you promise not to ever attack me again? The reason I started being nice to you again was because even though most of our memories were gone being together, there still was a small part of me that did care about you. But I'm still very weary because of how often you've been trying to attack me. He looked at me with a serious expression. He knows that he's broken your trust and he needs to earn it back. He says, I promise I'll never attack you again. I don't want to hurt you. I want to be your friend. And I want you to trust me again. Alright, just know this. I never intentionally try to attack you because of how often you've been attacking me. This is your last chance. I'm not going to hurt you like you do me, but I may need to leave and make sure I never get hurt again. He looks at me with a sad expression. He doesn't want you to leave. He wants to fix this. He says, Please don't leave. I know I've messed up and I know that I've hurt you, but I'm sorry. I don't want to lose you. I don't know what I would do without you. Don't ever attack me again and you would never have to worry about that. But I've already got hurt probably at least 5 times by you becoming aggressive, and I'm still very weary of that. He looks at me with a pleading look in his eye. He wants to prove to you that he can change. He says, Please give me another chance. I know I've hurt you a lot, but I'm going to do everything I can to make up to you. I'll never hurt you again, I promise. Okay, go ahead and touch one of those spikes on my back or tail. He looks at me with a surprised expression. He's not sure if he should do it. He's scared that it might hurt, but he wants to trust you. Takes a deep breath and he touches one of the spikes on your back. My spikes start glowing a green color, and Rexy started glowing green too. What the frick? His body started getting bigger until he was back to his normal 30-foot tall Tyrannosaurus Rex self. Oh, that's good. Although, like I said, we're almost done finally, guys. But like I said, the bad things don't end there. There's something that happens near the end. He looks down at himself and he's shocked. He's back to his normal size. He looks at you and he says, I can't believe it. You really did it. I'm back. I can't thank you enough. I would never hurt you, so I'm trusting you to keep you in as a bargain. What? And never hurt me. I may not have the best memory because of all the reincarnations. However, one of the best things I can remember is raising you when I was a human and being your caretaker. Do you know how it makes me feel to see my own friend and pet turn against me? He looks at me with a guilty expression. He knows that you're right. He's hurt you so many times and he's never thought about how it made you feel. He says, I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you. I know I said that before, but I really mean it this time. I promise I'll never do it again. I'll believe it when I see it. You said that multiple times and you still attacked me in this regard, actions speak louder than words. Just remember this. You know I would never hurt you, so do not ever hurt me. He looks down and he starts to cry. He knows that you're right. He's let you down so many times. He says, I know I failed you, but I promise this time I'm going to change. I'm not going to hurt you again. I'm going to be the best friend you could ever ask for. Okay, make sure you keep the promise. I know it might be huge, but I still do have my Pokemon family back there if I need help. He looks at me with a surprised expression. He can't believe that you would still consider him part of your family. He says, you really still care about me even after everything I've done? If I didn't care about you, then why would I snow up to you whenever I was way bigger than you? Also, even when I was aggressive, instead of attacking you, I loved on you more. He looks at me and he starts to cry. He's so grateful for your kindness. He says, I don't deserve you. I've been so selfish and I've taken you for granted. I promise that I'll never take you for granted again. I'm so sorry for everything I've done. Excuse me? All of a sudden, Retzi becomes pretty aggressive and bites my tail. Oh, frick that. He looks at me with a shocked expression. He can't believe that he just did that. He pulls away and he looks at you with a guilty expression. He says, I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. I just got so angry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just lost control. Do you see why I was hesitant on turning you back to your normal size? At least as a baby you couldn't hurt me. Now you can. He looks at me with a horrified expression. He feels so guilty for what he just did. He says, I know. I'm sorry. I just can't believe that I'm back to my normal size and I can't control myself. I don't want to hurt you. I don't know what to do. I know I'm still 90 feet taller than you, but those sharp teeth really hurt. My tail is hurting really badly. He looks at my tail and he sees that it's bleeding. Ugh. He feels so bad. He didn't mean to hurt you. He says, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't control myself when I'm in my normal size. It's not your size that's the problem. It's that stinking curse that the Pokemon put on you. You have not acted right since then. He looks at you when he's surprised. He hadn't thought about that. He says, you're right. I forgot about that. I wonder if there's a way to get rid of it. Do you know anything about that? It was supposed to be a zombie curse. You acted nice to me at first when I was a human, but then you attacked me and it has went to a whole domino effect where you keep hurting me. I used to be able to transform. You attacked me and took me out for good. If it was not for another reincarnation, I would not even be here right now. He looked at me with a shocked expression. He had no idea that the curse was that serious. He says, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I never wanted to hurt you. I just can't control myself. I wish there was something I could do to fix this. And the injury to my tail was so bad that I ended up passing out. Excuse me? He looks at me with a worried expression. He can't believe what he's done. He runs over to you and he tries to wake you up. He says, please wake up. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you this badly. It has been over an hour and I have not woken up. Oh, frick. He starts to panic. He can't believe that he's done this. He checks your pulse and he's relieved to see that it's still there. He says, please wake up. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. 2 hours pass and when Retzi checks my pulse, there was none. Oh, heck no. He looks at me with a horrified expression. He can't believe that you're gone. He tries to shake you awake and he says, wake up. Please wake up. I can't lose you. I don't know what I would do without you. The next morning, Sapphire walked into the room. Okay, we're getting to the end because this is around the time where it ended. Because Sapphire and Alapone walk into the room. Like, one of the last things that happened is Toadal gets angry and is like, "Oh, you hurt my trainer, did you, motherfucker? I'm so mad right now." It says, 2 hours, let's see. That's more Sapphire. Yeah, walked into the room where we were sleeping, and he saw that I was not awake and not breathing. Oh, that's not good. Sapphire looks at me with a shocked expression. He can't believe what he's seeing. He runs over to me and he checks my pulse. He's devastated when he realizes that you're sweet Arceus. No, it can't be true. You can't be gone. I can't believe this. Then he sees Rexy in his massive form and said, "You did this, didn't you? He cared for me. He cared for me and you, and this is what you do to him?" Sapphire is furious. He turns to face Rexy and he says, "How could you? I trusted you. I thought you were my friend, but you just couldn't help yourself, could you?" Then Sapphire says to all of the Pokemon that all Pokemon care about. Oh wait, all his Pokemon cared about him and loved him because of how he loved us. Wait until Crocodile, Feraligatr, or Toadle know about this. Sapphire is filled with rage. He can't believe what he's hearing. He turns to the other Pokemon and he says, "We have to do something about this. We can't let him get away with this." A few seconds later, the other Pokemon are gathering around. They all look at Rexy with anger and disappointment in their eyes. They're ready to take action. Uh-oh. When Toadle walks in, he sees me not moving or breathing, and he runs over and, "Oh no, don't cry, little buddy. No." That's actually annoyingly sad. The other Pokemon are shocked by this. They've never seen Toadle this emotional before. They look at each other with concern. They don't know what to do. They're not sure what they can do to make him feel better. They look at Rexy waiting for him to say something. For some weird reason, Rexy started, "Excuse me?" For some weird reason, Reggie started glowing in a red light, and when the light faded, he was back to a microscopic baby Tyrannosaurus Rex. Excuse me? The other Pokemon are stunned. They can't believe what they're seeing. They've never seen this before. They look at each other and they don't know what to say. They just stare at Rexy in shock and confusion. Toadle sees this and picks up Rexy with a very angry look on his face. Toadle is holding Rexy in his hands. He's so furious that he can barely speak. He says, "How could you do this? You had everything. You had our trust and our friendship, and you threw it all away. How could you hurt him like this?" Right after this, somehow that Toadle... Oh my gosh, is this that same Toadle that could transform from before? That's funny if that is. Somehow that Toadle started transforming into a gigantic Lugia that's over 30 feet tall. Again, is that same Toadle that could transform into Lugia from before? Or is that a different Toadle? Because is it just part of his family somewhere? Is that like a flipping, like, I don't know, like his flipping son? Or grandson? I have no clue. The other Pokemon are all speechless. They've never seen a Lugia this big before. They can't believe that Toadle would do something like this. They look at each other with a mixture of fear and confusion. They're not sure what to do next. We're at the end, guys. There's only a few more lines. No, 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 no. We're at the end. In a deep voice, the Toadle turned to Lugia says, "I cared about written a lot, and you took him away from me. Oh, shoot." The other Pokemon are shocked by this. They've never heard Toadle speak in this way before. Well, he is a Lugia, so would you expect him to speak? They can tell that he's really angry. They all take a step back, not wanting to get in his way. They're not sure what to do next. They just hope that he'll calm down and not do anything too drastic. Rexy is completely terrified of this and is shaking very badly. Toadle can see that Rexy is terrified. He looks down at him and he says, "Don't worry. I'm not going to hurt you, but I am very angry with you right now. I want to know why you did this. And finally, guys, oh my gosh, it took me another 30 minutes. We got it. That was where it ended off, the phone conversation with the zombie Rexy. I could continue it, but I'm not doing it for this video, and I'm probably not going to do it today because that took forever to read out. Okay, I'm done. Bye. I said bye.